So this is a problem like number 13 on your review packet. I've made up a standard form equation, 3x minus 4y equals 24. And like number 13 in your review packet, I'm going to ask you to change it to slope-intercept form and to graph it. So if you wanted to, you could go ahead and pause the video and try those two things. Again, turning it into slope-intercept form and then graphing it. And then restart the video so you can check your answer. Or you could just follow along with me as I did it. But these are going to be the steps for that. Okay, so to turn it into slope-intercept form, just as a reminder, is y equals mx plus b. So I need to get it into that form, which as I look at these two forms, I notice that my one thing that is different is that my x in slope-intercept form is on the other side of the equal sign from the y. And over here, my x is on the same side of the equal sign as the y. So I'm going to go ahead and move this x over to the other side. And to do that, I need to do the opposite, which the opposite of positive is negative. And so we'd have negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 24. The next thing I notice as I look at these two, in terms of differences, is that I have y equals, not negative 4y equals. And so I'd like to get rid of that negative 4 that's currently attached to the y. Well, and these are attached through multiplication, so to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide. And I get y equals negative 3 divided by negative 4 is either 3/4 or 0.75, whichever one you are more comfortable with. Personally, I like fractions, especially when it comes to graphing. And 24 divided by negative 4 is negative 6. Okay, when it comes to graphing the equation, you could graph it either from the standard form or from the slope-intercept. You'd get the same line either way. Since we're here at slope-intercept, I'll go ahead and graph this line. Slope-intercept means I'll be starting at negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. And then I have a slope of 3/4, and so I'm going to be going up 3. Right, that'll be going up 3 and over 4 for that slope of 3/4. So up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 3 over 4. And I get that line. Okay. If you didn't want to graph in slope-intercept, you could graph in standard. It would be the same line. Because up here, graphing in standard form, I have my y-intercept. Well, y-intercept is when x equals 0. So I get negative 4y equals 24. And so if I divide that negative 4 over, I get y will be negative 6, because 24 divided by negative 4 is negative 6. Well, y is negative 6 at that point that I had already plotted. And my x-intercept, is when y equals 0. So 3x equals 24. When I divide that 3 over, 24 divided by 3 is 8. So x equals 8, which is right here. And so I get these same 2 points even doing standard form. And so when I connected those same 2 points, I'd get the same line. So you could graph it either way. Okay, I'm going to give you one more here that you can try. Maybe on your own for this one if you didn't already. Let's do 5x plus 10y equals 20. Go ahead and pause the video and try it on your own, and then restart it so you can check. Okay. So same two instructions. We're going to turn it into slope-intercept and then graph it. Slope-intercept again, y equals mx plus b. Comparing the two, y is by itself. X is on the other side of the equal sign, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract this 5x over to the other side. Then I get 10y equals negative 5x plus 20. And then y does not have a coefficient in slope-intercept, so I need to get rid of this 10. Well, if I divide by 10, y equals negative 5 divided by 10 is negative 1/2, or negative 0.5. And 20 divided by 10 is 2. So graphing it, I can graph in slope-intercept if I want. It means starting at 2 and then going -1/2 slope, down 1 over 2, it's negative, so down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, and that would be my line here. Okay. Or I could graph it in standard form. Y-intercept is when x equals 0, so I'd have 10y equals 20, which means dividing that 10 over, y would equal 2. Y equals 2 right here at this point that I've already plotted. X-intercept is when y equals 0, so we get 5x equals 20. Divide that 5 over, we get x equals 4, which is right here, this point that I've already plotted. And if I connect those 2 points, I get the same line. So you can graph it either way.